Here's Hurts to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down.
73.
Throwing is Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth, and the Lions will take over. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because
what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Picked by the former Lion, Darius Slay. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Touchdown, Eagles! Greg Calcaterra, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Goff. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a...
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted. That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, it's Hurts. pressure. He's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long.
Miami.
He'll drop to throw. That is caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Now a 2nd and 10. They go play action with Hurts.
And this is incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, Silver.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
Second and 10. Hurts.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play. St. Brown in motion right.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That one let go deep for Laporta.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st half.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports.
Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Well, they run the option on second down.
And now off to the races down the right side. He may go. Touchdown, Philadelphia. What a run there by Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw, and that was a long touchdown of the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is what...
And oh my goodness,
Come on,
here's
bro.
a
Why are you throwing that way?
interception. Picked by
Why you trying to play me like that?
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Now a give right side Swift. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Play action. Here's Hurts. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by a Fitu Melifonwu. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Gibbs straight ahead. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Goff now looking to throw. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack. Taken down at the 2. Goff now looks to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it with Gibbs. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 more there and another 1st down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
occasionally you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth.
Well, Coach has always talked about finding balance on offense. I think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On second down, Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. He's got his target. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. But first down hurts. And that one too wide and incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! Devontae Smith on the receiving end from Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move.
He's got a man complete. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play there for Detroit. 49 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Throwing again is Goff. And in for the Lions touchdown. Sam Laporta, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Goff looking to throw. He's got it. So they convert the two. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a two-score game. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. 20, 10, and he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick, and the Lions are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. St. Brown on the catch. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And that's caught inside the 30. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. They need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by the former Lion, Darius Slay.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. So a big, big kick coming now for Jake Elliott from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So it's the Eagles who get the win here. And the guy who really led the way was their quarterback, CD, and that's Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air,
Dallas, I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.